And stream is starting. It's receiving the content. Move it onto this screen here.
You might want to clear the chat in the dispatch board.
Yeah, it's cleared.
Okay, good. Because did you see what I posted?
Yes, I did.
What did you do? What did you do?
A certain set of words.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Is audio live right now?
Everything is live right now.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Hello, Internet.
Anyways, hey guys. I'm here with the usual Alpha and Taker26 or Jacob. And somebody just left.
Alpha just left.
And now he's back.
He seems to be having server problems.
Let's see, we have one viewer. Hope that might be considered as me. But anyways, I'm gonna try to do something here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Alright, let me do this. Okay. Now for the fun to begin. So, welcome to Season 2 of Crew Talk.
Well, more like an extension of Season 1 that's turning into Season 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's still.
Because we've been gone for so long.
Yeah. And also, new year, new season, pretty much.
And another person. Me.
Yep. And as
As a guest.
always, the links are in the description for these two guys' channels. Just, yeah, they're
Yep.
down below. And also in the featured channels, yeah. Okay, let's have a little fun.
So, should we start with news from the east and go west? Because I
guess
have
so.
I have two really big pieces and you two are sharing, so...
Yeah.
So, the Amherst Railroad Society had their 50th anniversary this year for their Hobby Railroad Show in the Northeast, which is the biggest in the Northeast.
Oh yeah, by the way, Alpha, this world is Santa Fe, like, set in, like, the 70s.
Oops. But, I can fix that. But,
what did you bring?
I went to the show. I went both days, and it was very good, very well done.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yep. And the other thing actually has to do with Amtrak, which is what I'm running right now.
Oh.
We are getting a shuttle between Greenfield, Massachusetts, and Springfield, Massachusetts, which should be operational by the end of the first quarter, early start of the second quarter, sometime in May. That's when the state wants it completed for the first section, at least.
Okay.
So-
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's really all I have to say.
Chris, you got anything? You said
Yeah.
something earlier.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Today is Friday, the 2nd of February, and tomorrow is Saturday the 3rd, which is Free Museum Day here in Sacramento. So every museum, including the zoo, is free admission.
Which is, I saw on the paper for the museum day that the zoo is not necessarily free. It's just admission is 50% off.
Ah. And
Correction.
So,
the zoos
yeah.
are 50% off, and the railroad
Yeah.
museums are free.
All the
Well,
other museums are free.
Are free. It's just the zoo is not free. It's just 50% off for everybody.
Yeah.
So but a 50% discount is good nonetheless.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah, so the California State Railroad Museum is expecting up to about 10,000 visitors tomorrow.
Oh, geez.
If it's a sunny day. Because on a sunny day, everyone's...
Weird. If.
Yeah. If it's a sunny day, everyone's going to want to be at the zoo. Because it's nice out.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if it's a rainy day, we're going to expect more visitors in the museum because it's indoors.
Yep.
So, they're
about
expecting up to about 20,000 visitors if it's a rainy day. So, yeah.
So literally double the amount of people on a sunny day.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
On a regular day, just regular admission day, we get around maybe up to 500 visitors in a day.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. 10,000. Yeah, we're not really going to have much time to really talk about the history to people. We're just crowd control. Just
that's
like,
pretty much
keep
what we're
moving,
gonna-
please. Keep moving, please.
That's pretty much what the staff who are going to be there on that day is just going to be. It's just going to be crowd control. I mean, it's not even going to be able to explain anything.
Yeah, it's just like, hi, welcome to the museum. Keep going, please. Keep moving, please.
Move along, don't stop, just go. You get 2 seconds to look at everything, just go.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that some stations at the museum might be closed because of it's going to be very crowded to be in, such as the cab forward.
Oh, God.
There's one entrance, and that's also the exit.
I was just at the cab forward last weekend, I think. Volunteering there as part of my docent finalization check-off.
Yeah, let me bring up pictures
Now,
and see if I
I
actually
recall
have...
correctly, in order to ride the miniature train, which is, I think, a 2-foot, on the Albuquerque Bosque, it's about $15 for adults, $10 for seniors, and anyone between, I think it's 12 and 16.
So anyways,
$5 for anyone under, and then free if you're 1 or 2.
Anyways, folks, this is a picture of our cab forward. That's the entrance and the exit. One way in, one way out.
Unless they climb through the window, of course.
Actually, the window, I think, on the other side is actually screwed in place.
Unscrew it, then.
No, not on the other side.
Oh yeah, the one on the
where
engineer's side, yeah.
Yeah. I've had just on my weekend that I was there volunteering in the cab forward with another docent. Some parent had his kid. He took his by his arms and put him in the driver's seat through the window. Yeah, kind of.
Says here, sit down, shut it.
Sit down. Mommy wants to take a picture of you, literally. But it was nice to see. Like the kid's just sitting there like clueless. It's like,
yeah.
See, what I would have done is let her take the picture, tap her on the shoulder, and say, "Don't do that again."
Yeah, here's the thing.
There's code of conduct.
Yeah.
There's a code of conduct of how to talk at visitors in the museum.
It's like we can't say get down from there. We have to do it in a certain way that doesn't, so we don't hurt people's feelings.
Could
or
you
anything.
please not do that again?
Anyways,
Thank you.
I just found this
Interesting
picture.
that Charlie didn't do that.
So anyways, the guy in the yellow vest in this picture, that's me. The guy next to me, that's Jacob.
Me.
I'm not
And then the
watching
rest
live
of
stream,
the
so I don't know
docent
what
class
picture they're showing.
68. Actually, Jacob's not at my place, by the way. Alpha.
No.
So yeah.
I figured as much, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying I'm not watching the live stream, so...
So anyways, what they could do is only let a few visitors up the stairs at a time into the cab forward.
But they'd have to have two docents there, one in the cab, one in
One
on the
outside,
staircase.
yeah.
See, what
They
I
would be
do
calling
is...
all hands anyways.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
What I would do is...
Actually, I think Ramsey
chain.
sent out an email saying, can we get as many people at the museum as we can this Saturday?
Yeah, that I would have
I
sent
don't-
the same
I don't-
email.
I don't think I.
But what you do is, if you've only got one person doing it, and this is if it's possible, mind you, have a chain over the front of the stairway, and just have a queue, like just one of those airport security queue
no.
things.
No.
Well,
That
no.
would be
What you do is one family at a time. That way, it doesn't get overcrowded, and if people want to get out, all they have to do is go underneath the barrier.
Okay, but how large is this family? Is it 4 people? Is it 5 people? Is it a big
That's why I
group
said
of 20?
family.
Yeah. I've had a
That-
family in the cab forward. Actually, my first day working the cab forward, I had a family.
no larger than 4 people.
I had a family of 7 in there at one time.
Yeah, that's always fun.
That probably got really cramped really easily.
It
Dude,
was.
Depends on their size.
The Sunday I was there, I got a lot of little kids. Let's just say, a lot of little kids.
Actually, I'm gonna steal the ball from you real quick. You know how at train shows there are usually a lot of kids, like an absurd amount of children?
You mean model train shows?
Yes, model train shows.
Yes. I've noticed that at the couple of model train shows that I go to annually here in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, this year, there were fewer children than the past 2 years.
I wonder why.
Which I'm happy with, but I'm also concerned. Because as we all know, we all get into, in particular this hobby, model trains, and just trains in general, because of exposure as a child. I'm pretty sure Thomas the Tank Engine was our first step
Yes.
through the door.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But the issue is that if kids are not interested as much as they are now, or my generation at least, which extends to Chris and maybe Jacob, I don't know. But, if you're not exposed to it as a child, then you're not going to have that interest in the future. Unless you know a lot of people for some reason. So, I have a feeling that it's a slow-dying hobby. Because
Yeah.
parents
Yeah,
and
I would
children
have
aren't
the same-
interested.
I would have the same concerning feeling as well.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's great for me because my ears are in less pain and I don't have to deal with
Yeah.
being grumpy for the next 2 weeks. But at the same time, it's concerning.
Yeah, that is true. I think
And
it's
to
just
the one person that is listening, if you are concerned about this too, please leave a comment.
Yeah. Okay, well, the also thing that I'm also concerned with is, like, if they should really lower the prices on everything. Because I personally think that's one of the main reasons why model railroading as a hobby is dying, because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you look at AAA, specifically AAA video game titles that are priced at release. It is $60, brand new.
Yep.
And that price has not changed since 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it is significant, barring the fact that you have to buy a proper gaming rig, but if you have a computer already that is capable, it is $60 to buy a game, plus an additional $30 or $50, depending on the publisher, for a season pass, which is basically a free pass to all the DLC, which rounds out to about $90 at least, and $120 at most.
Now that's just for the game and the DLC in the past, correct?
That's just for the game and the season pass.
Okay. What about the console? Depending on
the
either
same
whether...
thing. It does not matter. Console games are the same as PC games when it comes to pricing for AAAs.
If a child hasn't really gotten into either hobby and he wants to get into the hobby, well, the parent responsible of that child is, out of natural common sense, going to look at each one of the price tags and which one is more expensive, and therefore would avoid the more expensive one.
Yeah. And there's also a learning curve to this. And the learning curve for model trains is actually significantly steeper than it is for video gaming.
Yep.
Because with model trains, bar you have a father or parents that have a layout, if you are just starting out, you have to either buy a kit, which can range anywhere from $200 to $400. I've seen $500 kits, which is ridiculous.
A kit?
Yeah.
What do you mean by a kit?
To build
Like
your
a
own
scenery
layout.
kit?
A box that comes with a loop of track, generally an oval, and one locomotive and 3 rail cars.
So pretty much a starter set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A train set, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, a small train set.
That's interesting.
Now, this is
because-
HO.
Well, okay.
This is
okay,
HO, mind you.
I was about to say, the scales, not exactly the same per scale.
I do HO scale, so everything I see is HO.
Same
All
here.
the prices Okay, for future reference for the viewer, I am speaking in terms of HO scale. Different scales have different prices. For HO scale, though, it is important to note that Code 83 track is cheaper than Code 100, despite the fact that Code 100 is more often used than not.
Isn't it supposedly easier to be able to put the trains on the track with Code 100 track?
Can be.
It can be.
In comparison to the other ones. I think
if I recall correctly, there are 3 different codes, but I only can recall 2. And that's Code 83, which is what I use, and Code 100, which is literally everywhere.
I think there's also another one. There was 73.
Yeah.
Let's see, I
I
think
think
there's
there was-
hang on.
55. Wait, no, 55 is in N scale.
Okay.
Yeah, 55 is strictly in scale for some reason.
I said 73.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to go into... Open up Google Chrome here as a second on here.
83, 100...
And we're going to take a look at model train sets.
I think I'll do the same.
Let's go and take a look at Bachmann.
Wait, are you looking for the retail website? Like, just going on the actual company website itself? Why not try, like, actual, like, retailers?
Here we are.
Actually,
Toys R Us.
If you want
Bachmann trains.
if you want
Go ahead.
if you want a solid price, look at the manufacturer, because they will give the MSRP.
Okay, but typically, on even an online retailer, you wouldn't normally get You wouldn't normally buy a train set at MSRP.
Like, for instance,
cheaper
here's
than that.
something from that Toys R Us sells is the Bachmann Trains Santa Fe Flyer HO scale ready-to-run electric train set for $84.99.
Yep,
It's an
I
F
see the
unit,
same exact one.
2 freight cars, and a caboose.
No, it's an
Now-
F7.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's an FT. It's an FT.
FT. So let's go on to Bachmann's website and actually look for that actual train set. Let's see if we can actually find that same train set.
Okay, so here's the third code for HO scale.
I already found that same exact set. Was it?
Yeah.
It was a gondola and a hopper.
Yeah, with the caboose.
Okay.
Sure.
Yep. I found
Santa Fe
it.
Chief.
Santa Fe Chief. I think I'm looking at the Santa Fe Flyer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Santa Fe Flyer, that's the one.
Oh, the Santa Fe Flyer. Okay. Found that on modeltrainstuff.com, which highly recommends that if you can afford it.
Yes,
because they seem to
definitely.
be a retailer. I found this only for $80.
Yeah, and,
Actually,
That's a sale price. That was a sale price.
and this is retail price at Toys R Us for $84.99.
Okay, our price, because Model Train Stuff compares prices from the MSRP to what
give
they
the MSRP
do.
first, actually.
Okay, the retail price that Model Train Stuff is showing is $142.
So it's a lot
Okay.
cheaper at
Yes.
Toys R Us.
Yes, and their price that they're doing it is $93.99. But since there's a sale going on, it's down to $80.
And now that is like the cheapest train set you can possibly get.
Possibly,
It's from Bachmann.
yes.
Because Bachmann makes pretty low quality
make-
stuff usually, but
They've been getting better at it.
Yeah.
I'll give them credit
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
yeah.
That also depends on what code track they're using.
They're using
Because
code 100. I know that
Yeah.
for a fact.
Yeah.
For their sets, at least.
And
Yeah.
now looking at more of a
I'm
higher
looking
end
at-
model.
Yeah.
We're looking
That-
now looking at Athearn here.
Oh, I'm looking at
Yeah.
Kato.
Now, here's the thing.
Let's go ready to roll.
The Atlas sells all 3 codes of track. And the codes they have are code 70, 83, which is what I use, and 100. Those are the 3 HO scale rail sizes.
Okay.
Let's take a look at.
And
Oh, look at this. Let's take a look. Is this the Iron Horse sets? This is one of Athearn's most basic train sets.
That's one of Athearn's new Roundhouse sets
Yeah.
that they recently came out with not too long ago. I have that same exact set up on modeltrainstuff.com. Let's compare prices, Chris.
The Iron Horse set. Let's look at the CSX version.
Oh, I have the Kansas City Southern
Okay, I have
version.
that one version up as well.
Okay.
They have the retail price from Athearn is $199.98.
Same here on Model Train Stuff. Their retail price is saying $199.98.
Now, what's their price for model train stuff?
Their price, their original price, because everything seems to be on sale right now. Their price right now is.
I know one thing that isn't on sale, but I'll get to it in a moment.
Their original price was $150 or $149.99, but their sale price that is on right now is $139.99.
Now, let me
Now-
take a look at the same set, but on eBay.
Okay.
For the CSX
Now-
version, here it is.
But it
Brand
has to
new.
be brand new condition.
Brand new condition, $155.97.
Huh.
With $3.80 shipping.
Yeah. Now, there's a 10% off train sets thing going on until the date of my birthday, surprisingly.
Hey,
But
how about that?
The one thing that is not on sale right now. Now, bear in mind, this is the only reason why I have this up is because it's a project of mine. But I'm currently in the process of refurbishing a SDP-45 in Santa Fe.
Okay.
The motor I'm looking at comes with the motor built and a DCC ready board. Ready.
Okay.
Now, the retail price is $49.98. Our price is $36.99.
Alright, so now let's
Which
look
one?
at something even higher than Athearn quality. Let's look at Kato. Kato, yeah.
Kato, Kato.
Yeah, same thing, pretty much.
Kato, pretty much. Okay. Which
Yeah.
one do you have up? I have two starter sets from Model Train stuff.
Let's see. We have the Unitrack starter set, GP35 New York Central with hoppers. What one do you have up?
Yeah.
For set?
I have the Unitrack starter set with a GE C44-9W.
C44-9W. Let me take a look at that. Southern Pacific or Union Pacific?
UP.
UP?
And then the other one is a green BNSF or Burlington Northern SD40-2. And the same white
that
cars.
set they don't have here on the website for Kato. But
Okay,
for
but
that,
they have
their UP set.
They have the UP C44.
Yes. With
Okay.
Gunderson Wellcar.
Now, bear
Okay.
in mind, I think that... Oh, it does have a power pack.
Yeah. This is a full set. Starter
Okay,
set.
because a friend of mine who has Kato an N scale, his starter set that he had just had a Lupa track and no power pack whatsoever.
Yeah, that's
So
a different
he's been-
type of set.
Yeah. Is that like a
Yeah.
track expansion pack?
Yeah.
Or something?
Pretty much.
That's what I would call it, yeah. An expansion.
Okay. Okay.
Now, for
That's
MSRP on this starter set is $390.
Same.
Actually, if we look at the Bachmann Parts Store, at their 8-pin plug decoder, which is universal with most HO equipment for DCC, which is probably one of their best decoders, might I add. It is $52.50. That's for the decoder itself off of the parts store. This is a universal thing as well. If you were to go DC, which is what you guys have been looking at, it's a little cheaper because it's only positive on one side or the other. And the negative rail is opposite positive, obviously. DCC, on the other hand, is more expensive because it's more electronics. And
Obviously.
the track is always powered.
Alright, so now let's take a look at locomotives. Just locomotives. Now I'm going to be looking at N scale because I'm N scale guy.
I'm gonna go into HO scale because I'm an HO scale guy.
And
And
let's actually...
I'm gonna focus on driving this Amtrak train while trying to talk to you guys.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Athearn's website real quick.
I'm
Anyways,
gonna look at model train stuff. So
Athearn
section first locomotives.
has announced the UP 1943 locomotive
Ah.
in
Is it
HO
that
scale.
new silver one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Pre-orders are due by the end of this month.
Ooh.
Okay, no pre-orders. Because that's cheating. Because pre-orders are obviously way more expensive than normal.
Than normal. So, in terms of locomotives, Athearn or Athearn Genesis? Because I know there's a slight difference between the two.
I
If
don't
I recall,
know.
Genesis is more prototypical.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
so. Let me take a look at their locomotives.
Because I know Walthers has the same difference.
Yeah, SD70 ACE, that is on their Genesis series. Yep. They have it in both regular DC, no sound, but it's ready for DCC and sound. And they also have it with DCC and sound.
Alright.
This was announced back in October. Just the plain run-of-the-mill, no fancy stuff other than the paint scheme. Just DC, $239.98. The one with all the fancy, all bells and whistles, it is $329. Almost literally. Yeah.
What was that price again?
$329.98.
Oh, jeez.
Just for a locomotive. A single locomotive.
And that's just an SC. That's what? The SC70 ACE?
Yep.
And that's DCC and sound?
DCC and sound.
What is that? What kind of sound system does it have? Tsunami sound or something?
I believe
Knowing
so.
Athearn, that's probably... Knowing Athearn, that's most likely the decoder they're using.
Oh, okay. Because I know Tsunami is a really good sound.
Yeah,
system
Tsunami.
for Model Train.
Tsunami. It's an onboard DCC decoder with soundtrack Tsunami 2 sound. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, listeners. The reason why we are talking about the prices of shit is because we are trying to prove a point. That getting into this hobby is expensive.
Yeah.
Both for buying a DC locomotive and DCC, a starter set, and, in my case, a replacement motor.
Alright, let's take a look at a toy train set that is the cheapest thing we could find, really. I just found one that's just like a little toy, just all plastic, no name brand. $24.99. This thing is just a big loop of track, a little fake battery-operated steam engine, and 3 little hopper cars.
Now, is this on eBay, or is this just a normal website?
This is from Google Shopping.
Oh, Google Shopping?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Google Shopping is pretty reliable.
Okay, because I just found this battery-powered plastic toy train on tintoyarcade.com, and originally it was
ironic.
Yeah, because the box that it's in is a tin box. It's only $12.98, but that was its normal price. Right now, it's on sale price for only $9.98, and it's an oval of track. Either that tin is really small or the loop is really big. 1 steam engine, a tender, a boxcar looking thing, and a caboose.
I see the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, Run 8 Train Simulator. Probably one of the best physics simulators.
Yeah.
I'm going to specify that it is a physics simulator. It is not a graphics simulator.
Yeah,
No,
they're still working on
Train
that stuff, though.
simulator is. Yeah.
Yeah, I do train simulators, so.
I mean,
That being said, Run
granted,
8 Train
some stuff
Simulator
is more
is
better looking than this, but the
that
physics
aside,
is perfect, essentially.
next to perfect.
Yeah.
It
Other
is,
than
if I
instantly
recall
stopping.
correctly, $50 for version 2.
Just
which
the base.
is what we're running right now. Just the base game.
Mojave Sub,
with
and
updates
I believe
you have to
Cajon Sub.
install.
No, Mojave Sub and Needle Sub, I believe.
Yes, the routes it comes with are the Mojave subdivision, from Bakersfield to
Hinkley.
Barstow.
Yeah, Barstow.
Hinkley, that's right.
And also with the Palmdale Cutoff.
Barstow, and the Palmdale Cutoff. It
To
comes
Highland.
with, yeah,
Then all the way to Needles, which is
Barstow
dirt,
Yard,
dirt, and more dirt.
pretty much. And it comes with Barstow Yard, which is Hinkley, Lenwood, and Mineola in version 1. And that also included Yermo Yard.
And it still does.
Still does.
In fact...
And then the Needles sub from Troy, if I recall, to the east end of Needles, which is basically the start of the Seligman subdivision.
You know, this...
Now,
I haven't actually done any operations in Yermo ever, actually.
Yeah.
I never really ran to Yermo.
I'll be right back, guys.
Now. Okay. But, if we look at the content that comes with Run 8, by default, it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Comes with all the GEVOs.
It comes with 13 locomotives, 8 GEVOs, and some aces. I think about 6.
Yeah.
Because the other 2 are a free add-on. So, it comes with a lot of well cars.
Yeah.
To be exact, comes with 42 well cars. It comes with 16 boxcars. It comes with 2 Amtrak auto racks, which were a gift to Run 8.
We have updates
it comes
here.
With
the update page. They have another little update there that was back a while ago. But on their homepage, a Christmas gift of UP02 and NS packs of aces.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be honest, UP02 looks exactly the same as UP01.
Only it's got a cab light.
Oh yeah, different light positioning.
Yep. As well as the interior. That aside, it also comes with... This is the base game, mind you. Those 2 aces aren't part of the base game.
Right. Which I have up right now.
And it comes with 18 tank cars. Which, if we were to put all of those together... Bear in mind, this is not everything stock with Run 8. Oh, and it comes with a pickup truck.
Alpha, do you mind getting out like a calculator or paper to write down how much each of these things cost? This is going to be everything for Run 8 Train Simulator. Let me know when you're ready.
Hang on, I'm getting everything that I know comes with Run 8 into a big list. Oh, and it comes with reefers.
Yeah.
I can't remember which reefers it comes with, but I know it comes with some reefers.
I'm going to write down stuff, too.
If I recall correctly, it's the 57-footers.
So, we have $50 for just the base game. Now let's look at the routes. We have $40 for Waycross.
Hang on.
Another $40 for Seligman.
Real quick, though. For 64, effectively 64 rail cars, plus or minus 10, because I may be missing some. 14 locomotives, including the high rail.
Mm-hmm.
It is a total of 78 rail units. Plus 3 routes, 2 of which are almost $20 if they were individually packaged. Barstow being what, like $5, or no, Barstow and Mojave being $120 or $40, sorry. and needles being another 40.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't until it got a price drop to 20.
Because it is a boring route.
It really is.
It's straight, flat, and literally nothing. In real life, that's how it is.
I can attest to that as well. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've driven that way too. It is nothing. It's boring.
Now, 64 rail cars. That's 64 rail cars. For $20, you can buy a pack of 5 locomotive skins. That's $5 per... No, that's... Yeah, 5 locomotive skins in a pack for $20. That's $4 a skin, which is not bad at all. It really isn't.
So anyways, continuing, we have $50 for the base, $40 for Waycross, $40 for Seligman, $40 for Cajon, another $40 for Selkirk Terminal, another $40 for Mohawk, $40 for the A-Line. Those are all mainly the routes there. Let's go to the train sets.
Okay, so base game with equipment plus all of the routes totals to how much?
A lot. It's over $100 just for the routes.
So wait, we have 6 routes right now?
Essentially, yeah, I think so.
2, 4, 6
1,
times
2,
40.
3, 4. Yeah, 6 plus 6 add-on routes.
So 40 times 6, that's... shit. 4 times 6...
240 plus 50.
Yeah. So $270 right there in routes.
Yeah.
With the base equipment.
Yeah.
With the base equipment.
Now, here's to all the add-on equipment. $20 for the P-42 and regular superliners.
$20 for Amtrak Pack 1.
$15 for Amfleet 2 Pack 1. $20 for SD45 Pack 1. $20 for
Which
Pack
includes,
2.
Which
Which
bear in
includes
mind, both of these
2
include
Santa Fe schemes.
6 skins. 6
Okay, so,
skins.
yeah. No, this is more than 6 skins. We have 2 Santa Fe's in Pack 1. Arizona and California. BNSF H3.
Yeah, but per pack, it's 6 skins.
Really?
So, yeah. It shows every one of the skins in the picture.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 each.
Oh, yeah. There's 8 per pack. 8 skins per pack.
So there's those,
Good
and
question.
then
Where did Jacob go?
somewhere.
Anyway.
And then $20 for the tunnel motor pack, which is
a
5.
pack of 5.
Both unpatched and patched versions, plus the UP.
A fictional UP one.
Pretty much. Then there's SD40 Pack 1, $20. Pack 2, $20. Pack 3, $20. Pack 4, $20. And Pack 5, $20.
Bear in mind, all of these packs that were just listed off have 4 skins per pack.
4 skins per pack. Then we have the 2 GP40 packs, each for $20.
One of which has 4 skins, the other of which has 5.
Yeah. Pack 2 has 5. Technically, Pack 2 only has 4, because the Run 8 Western skin, that is...
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. That one's essentially already in the game as a placeholder for everything else.
Yep.
So essentially
Anyway.
both of them have 4. Then there's 2 packs of cabooses for 15 each.
Bear
The
in mind,
SPC
there are 3 cabooses.
50-9s and the CE11s. 3 different schemes for each caboose type.
Yep, which rounds out to $5 a caboose.
Yeah. Then we have Wellcar Pack 1 for $10. Pack 2 for $10. Which, that's a lot of Wellcars at the end.
Oh yeah.
12 of them.
Smooth.
12 different ones in Pack 2. That's a lot. That's a little less than $1 for each car.
There are 4 in Pack 1.
No, 8 in Pack 1. Two
8?
different versions of, like,
Oh yeah, that's
carrying
right.
the trailer or carrying the containers. And then there's 12 in Pack 2. So yeah, a little over $1 a car in Pack 1, a little less than $1 in Pack 2. Then we have the Wellcar pack, or Autorec packs, each for 6. There's 2 packs of Wellcars. There's 4 bi-levels and 4 tri-levels in Pack 1. And there's 6 tri-levels in Pack 2. No bi-levels.
Yeah. No, there are 8. There are 8 per pack.
8 per pack.
Yep.
Wait. Okay. I guess.
According to the Depot's website, there is 8 per pack.
Then we have the piggybacks. 2 packs each. Well, Pack 1 is $8 and Pack 2 is $10.
Pack 1 includes
9.
7 trailers.
No, this says 9
7.
according to Run 8's website.
Remember, there was the trailer update. So all the trailers unload now.
Yeah. This one says there's
okay.
9 different piggyback cars.
There are only 7 in each.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, obviously
That's
one of
the
them has to be wrong. The Run 8's website...
Actually, one is overflowing. So yeah, one of them is wrong. Yeah.
So the
But
Pack
there are-
1, it says there's 9. Pack 2 says there's 10.
Yeah. Let's just go with that then. Because that just makes it a lot easier.
Then there's the Reefer Car Pack 1 for $8, which is all the reefers.
Which includes all of the reefers. However,
5 different
I may be
paint
wrong by
schemes.
this. I may be wrong by this. But Pack 1 includes...
There's only 1 pack
Or-
of reefers.
Sorry. Run 8, by default, includes the 57 footers.
Which is the
By
UP
default.
Armin rebuilds.
Yep.
And the Southern Pacific Fruit Express and Santa Fe Fruit Express. So it comes automatically with those ones.
I thought it came with the 57s.
Run 8?
Run 8.
Yeah.
Run 8 by
The
default.
57 footers?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the older ones. The
Yeah, those,
Armin
those
rebuilt
come by
ones.
default.
Yeah.
Okay. So, there's 4 reefers in that pack.
This one says there's
Because
5
four-
because it shows that it comes with the arm and rebuild, which might not come with the game itself.
No, doesn't.
So there's 5 different reefers that are included with this, and they're essentially almost all of them a different model.
Almost
different model.
The 57s are more or less the same thing.
Then there's the 70-foot Greenbrier cryogenic, the 64-foot Millennium, which is Tropicana. Then we have the Armin rebuild, the 64-foot Armin cars,
and then
UPs,
the
and the 72 Trinity Cool BNSF cars. Which I like that paint scheme because of all the what it looks like at the top, like icicles.
Yeah. I will say this though, I'm tired of looking at, I forget which one it is, but the 64s.
Ah, yeah, the Tropicanas.
Not the Tropicanas, the other one.
Oh yeah, the Armins.
Yeah.
The UPs.
Is that the one with the orange trim?
No, orange trim is Greenbrier cryogenic.
That's the one I'm thinking of. I'm tired of looking at that.
Okay.
I actually saw one in real life. Run 8 made me so tired of it.
Anyways, then we have, for $10, the UP, or the coal and ballast cars, which come with 3-bay and 4-bay open hoppers for
and
coal, and there are Denver and Rio Grande, BNSF, 2 different Santa Fe's, a UP,
you better knock on wood
2
for
different
this,
UPs.
because there are 13.
Yeah, total. Really?
Yes.
There's Denver and Rio Grande, BNSF, Santa Fe Rock, and Santa Fe Coal. UP's newer version, the older UP version, CSX, and another Denver and Rio Grande, I believe.
Yes.
And then there's all the three different styles of ballast hoppers. That
With
are
UP,
yeah.
because they're different apparently,
Yeah.
having a different model. Almost entirely.
Then we get into the covered hoppers, the 2 bays. 2 packs of them for $10 each. Then we have the pack of gondolas for $10. Then we have the pack of center beams for $10.
Center beams! No one here will get that.
Nobody would, except if Jonah watches. Or Brian.
Yeah.
Or Elliot. Which,
Why
who
are you
knows,
talking-
they might...
What you talking about, center beams?
Center beams!
What you talking about, center beams? I just saw a whole bunch of those over the weekend.
I think we can all agree that there is a center beam virus going on in the U.S. because we have so many of them.
Yeah.
That's for certain.
And then we have the FMC box cars for $10. That's all the train sets. So, this is going to be really expensive really quickly.
Yes. So how much is all of that shit
So
by
we
itself with no roots?
20, 15, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 15, 15, 10, 10, 6, 6, 8, 10, 8, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. A lot of money.
Are you guys? I'm sorry.
We're looking at all the DLC for running.
I had to take one of my dogs for a frickin' walk. So catch me up here, please.
We're talking about Run 8.
Okay.
It's how much everything
How much
costs.
it costs if you were to buy everything in one go to get into the Run 8 hobby. Because Run 8 does
calculator.
take up a lot of time.
Oh,
I'm going to
God.
use the calculator. So we have 50. No, wait, no, not 50, not 50, not 50. Clear that.
Yeah,
Okay, so
just
the
the raw
cars. So
vehicles.
20 plus 15 plus,
rail units.
yeah, 20,
Correcting myself.
20, 20, 20.
Wait, $10 for one boxcar in Run 8?
It's not one box car.
$403 for
Now,
all the rail car packs.
Oh my
all the rail
God.
units.
All rail units. $403.
Jesus.
It is cheaper. It is significantly cheaper to buy all of the routes for Run 8.
Now let me bring up the grand total. What did we say the grand total was for just the routes in the base game?
270. No, it would be 280. Shit.
Let me just do that.
Because you said 230.
The grand total for all of Run 8, $683.
Damn.
Now,
Yeah.
if you're on any benefits checks, you can buy that just fine. If you have minimum wage income,
Yeah, good luck with that.
you will have a very, very hard time buying all of that.
You may be saving up for a while.
Yeah.
In addition, optionally, you can buy a rail driver.
For
Which?
about 300.
MSRP is $300.
Now that's the physical controller that you can hook
Yes.
up to your computer, correct?
Yes, and this will work with Run 8 out of the box.
Nice.
Now, let me go to like the Railworks Train Simulators DLCs and just find out how much everything from that would cost.
Because it's really hard to discern rail units from routes for train work, for train simulator.
I'm just gonna click Add
20XX.
All to Cart to make it easy. Add
in
all
all
DLC to cart.
In all honesty, when I'm looking at the retail price of my Cav Forward by Brawl,
Everything has been added.
It just seems not as expensive as I initially thought it was when you're pulling out numbers like that from.
The grand total on every DLC for Train Simulator.
Train Simulator 20XX.
$7,385.74.
You might as well try to buy a car with that much money, you know?
That is every DLC without the base game.
Which train simulator are you talking about?
Now.
Trains the New Era?
Railworks.
No, not Train.
Oh, Railworks.
Dovetail Games, Train Simulator 2018.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said Train Simulator 20XX,
And
because the year
that
changes.
is without
I don't know my
tax.
numeral numbers, dummy.
That is without tax.
Oh, boy. Tax is probably through the roof.
Yeah, you're probably going to be looking at about $7,500.
Actually, tax is dependent on what state you're in. I know in Seattle, there is a online tax. In Massachusetts, there isn't.
Yeah, I live in California, so I don't know if there's a tax for online stuff.
There shouldn't be.
Now, good thing there's a button that says remove all items. Because I did
Buy
this.
everything right now.
I did this about 2 years ago to just find out how much it costs, and there wasn't that button, so I had to individually remove every item. All
How
like
many-
100-something items.
How many items were there? Is there a number?
Crap, I gotta look again. DLC! Wait.
Speaking
Add
of
all
Train
DLC to
Simulator,
cart.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start up Train Simulator 2017. What I got? Or
So,
2018 if it's updated.
If you were to buy everything for Run 8 or Train Simulator 20XX,
It doesn't say how many items there is, so there's a lot of items.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
now, it is significantly cheaper
To
start
go with Run
Run
8. Yeah.
That's if you were to buy everything, including base game, right off the bat.
Yeah.
I guess it's mostly down to the fact that Train Simulator just has way nicer graphics in comparison.
Yes.
It seems in the digital world today, that seems to be the case scenario with computer games. The better the graphics, the higher the price should be.
Now with Run 8, while you're in-game, actually this is the only place you can actually make changes to your settings, is in-game. Like, not from start menu or anything, just in-game. You have the options to change graphics settings in-game and see everything.
Do note,
change.
you do have to restart your sim for some of the options.
Such as using basic MRAO and vertical sync.
About time Train Simulator 2018's got the
I can do that.
grassier
I can do that.
breadfruit.
I can do that.
That is really going to skew. Fucking hell.
Yeah, right now I have a server. Actually, you know what? I kind of like this time right here. With this
What time is it for you out there?
4:13 p.m.
Set it to real time then.
Actually, this is almost exact. This is exact right now. 16:13.
With thunderstorms.
No, not
Actually,
really with thunderstorms, but let's make it a thunderstormy day. Let's remove
Hang
that.
on.
Clear that. Clear
Also,
that.
I have the ability to overwrite the network time.
Yeah.
Reset to system time. Minus 2 hours. Apply. Because I am not in California. I am in Arizona.
The Baldwin Centipede is $25?
I can make everything else but the sky black. With in the settings, essentially.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
You can play with
Train Simulator.
yeah.
1 pack. 1 locomotive. This is excluding specials. But if you were to buy just a locomotive, you get 1 locomotive. That's it. Occasionally you will get 2, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the in-game store right now, and obviously I'm an American enthusiast, so I like American locomotives over anything else. And most of these locomotives are in the $20 range. You got
While in Run 8, it is $20 for a pack of anywhere from 4 to 8 locomotives.
I mean, you do get some single locomotives like the BNSF SD75. Oh, never mind. I lied. That's on sale. 70% off this bugger is.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it's a Santa Fe just with a BNSF patch. Same thing with his Boston and Maine GE 44 tonner, $7.99, 70% off. I
Now,
think
if we were to look at the price comparison for Run 8, because Train Simulator is too expensive off the bat for everything, of Run 8 and starting up your own model railroad, it is long-term, cheaper with Run 8.
Pretty much, yeah.
While with a model railroad in HO scale, you will end up, long-term, spending well over $2,500.
Not in the long run.
Wood, rack, wire, etc.
Or, unless you're a guy like me and has 90% of his model trains that he's got bought used, either online or from model train shows.
Yeah, but assuming that they are just buying everything
Because they don't have a brain.
I know people who do that. It's ridiculous.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt you. I'm pretty sure there are.
But I will say this much. It is significantly cheaper to run trains in Run 8 Train Simulator, which includes actual subdivisions circa 2006-2007, and run the actual routes of actual trains in Run 8 Train Simulator, than it is to attempt to rebuild those routes in HO scale.
That'd be absolutely ridiculous.
That would be super expensive.
Never mind the fact that you'd most likely not even have a space for a quarter of it. Never mind the entire thing.
Yeah.
I mean, right now...
HO scale is 1 to 87. I forget how that correlates, but it's effectively, if we were to look at it in pixels, for every 87 pixels, that's 1 pixel in HO scale.
Oh, what do you guys think about Dovetail's Train Sim World? Not that they have out.
I'm pushing that under the rug. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
You guys aren't happy about it, aren't you?
My computer hates it.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, I prefer, like, the older train simulators by Aaron, not Dovetail. Just because, like, it has enough realism, an acceptable amount of realism, but it also gives you that sort of freedom arcade, and it's fairly easy to understand.
Also, actually, while we are talking about train simulators, as well as model railroading, barrier of entry, it is easy to get into Train Simulator 20XX. And trains with a Z number, or a new era in this case.
Yeah,
which is the newest version.
I definitely do like the look of Trains A New Era. It's just too bad that
MSTS stroke open rails. That is the next step up. Wherein it has some complicated controls, but you need someone to show you how to do them. It's real easy to figure them out on your own if you don't know anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
TSW is the next step on that ladder. Because if you don't know what you're doing or haven't been around a locomotive, it has a tutorial system. But if you have been around locomotives in real life, or anything else, you can figure it out on your own. The next step after that is Run 8 Train Simulator. And there's a
No
reason
tutorials.
why I'm putting Run 8
You
Train...
can break couplers. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. But the barrier to entry for Run 8 Train Simulator is actually so high where you need a trainer with you to help you understand all of the controls for running. I have 3 years experience with Run 8 Train Simulator. And I am probably one of the first people you meet when you are introduced to Run 8, depending on how you came into Run 8. I may be the third or fourth person. So I've met a lot of people who don't know what they're doing. But once you get started, and all I do is train them how to be road crew. After that, they're on their own for if they want to do yard or whatever. Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, and I think Chris can attest to this, that I am actually a fairly nice person when it comes to teaching people how to operate trains on the road. In fact, I can teach someone how to do it in about 5 minutes. It's not that
In real
hard.
life? In real life?
No, in-game.
Oh, okay.
In-game.
Okay.
Meanwhile, at the CSRM, you have to be... Yeah, it'll take you about a minimum of 8 years to
That's ridiculous. You don't
become
even... That's
trained.
kind of ridiculous. I mean, you don't even have to go through that many years of training to become an engineer on UP or any of the other railroads, right?
Yeah.
But bear in mind, this is a simulator. This isn't the real world. So I can take 5 minutes out of my time to teach someone how to start the locomotive manually if they're using modern equipment, or just an SD40 or whatever, SDs or Jeeps. And I can show them the basics of movement, what circuit breakers need to be thrown, and how to talk to a dispatcher, basically. And then it's about an hour of a road trip from one siding to the next.
Yep.
Wherein I help them with signaling if they need help with it. Afterwards, since I don't get on all that often, if I'm on and the person I've been training is online, I'll ride with them for the day. Otherwise, I'll go do my own stuff. And basically, until the end of the week, they're with me. And then at the end of that week, I shove them off. You're on your own. Bye.
Yep, pretty much.
Nice.
And I just show them the basics. I don't show them anything more.
That's what a tutorial is, after all.
Yeah. And if I feel like training people, if they have a deep interest in it, I will take it a step further, make it 2 weeks. The first 2 days is me showing them the basics of operating a locomotive just back and forth in a siding one day. The next is a trip wherein I could do anything to your locomotive and you won't know about it.
Yeah. He ain't
I've
lying.
done that before. It's quite fun. So,
Why did you put in the live stream YouTube title, Alpha is an HO modeler?
We make, I just find random things that we talk about and then just make it the title.
Okay.
yeah, that's what we do here.
Alright.
So,
Alright. Makes sense.
honestly, that's all I really have to say on me introducing people. But yeah, if we were to put HO scale into that list of barriers of entry, with Run 8 being at the top and Trains with a Z and Train Simulator 20XX down at the bottom, Model Trains is actually up with Run 8.
In that, it's
In my
digital
opinion.
model railroading.
Yeah. Because if you're doing DCC right off the bat, which I don't recommend, by the way. It's a stupid idea.
Yes. Well, I mean, I started in DC and probably went at it for about like a couple of years in my early life because all the train sets that came into my house didn't necessarily leave my house in one piece. This was when I was from 4 to recently. Yeah, well, I mean, dude, if I had every single one of the train sets still around in one piece, I would have had probably about 17, 20 train sets, all of which in multiple different scales. Mostly HO, but a couple of N scale and my Lionel sets here and there. But since I was young, I tend to have temper tantrums, and, well, you know what happened. And there was one case scenario, I had the older version of the McKinley Explorer train set. In comparison to the one nowadays, I have to admit, the toy store that I got it from must have been on its last legs. And this was on the East Coast. I was in Ohio at the time. And I swear to God, this thing probably had like 13 coaches and one GP40 for the Alaska Railroad. And I think this cost like $200 for the entire thing. It was by Bachman. And there was one case scenario where I had a bit of a temper tantrum, and I literally just started throwing the coaches and the engine across the living room.
Oh my.
When I was like 4 or 5. And you know what? 2 of the coaches are still alive.
Huh.
Well, I mean, I got more. I think I have like 4 of the coaches out of 13 still there, but 2 of which are the only ones that have coupler holders and intact axle holders. So I got 2 of them on my passenger train right now, on my train table. So,
yeah. Everything at my grandparents' I still have from when I was like 6. Surprisingly. I know one of them was a Bachman Thomas the Tank Engine James, which I treated very, very nicely. Primarily because James is my middle name. But that aside, it still runs.
Oh my
in
God.
reverse.
Yeah. Kind of like one of my heritage units.
Yeah, but that...
Kato heritage unit.
Note how I said in reverse.
Yeah, me too.
I still have the original steam engine from my first set that literally started off the Empire, the sort of mini Empire that I have right now. It's a Rio Grande 260, but it's not like the narrow gauge ones. And it still runs pretty nicely. It's just, for some reason over the years, it's lost a lot of its tractive effort, so literally you can only be able to pull a couple of cars.
And that's about it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Although I did one time manage to have every single one of my cars that I had at the time, which wasn't near as many as it is nowadays, but I think it was like 20-some cars, and I had that thing pull it, so you can only imagine how much stress and pressure I put on that little engine.
Okay, I have 2 locomotives that are effectively tanks.
Tanks?
One
Tank
of them...
engines?
No. Like, you can put anything behind them, and they will move.
Oh, okay.
One of them actually isn't mine, but it's an SW 1500.
Okay.
The other is a Chessie U-boat.
Which U-boat?
It is a U-23B. Or, not B. C. That's what I'm thinking of. U-23C. Now, the U-23 is a DC locomotive, But oh my god, I had weighed down the rail cars I had at my grandparents' place with blocks. In rail cars.
What do you mean by blocks? Help me understand.
Dominoes-sized wooden blocks.
Okay.
I literally filled boxcars, gondolas, and hoppers that I had there with these blocks.
Nice.
And it still moved. At full speed, too. It was beautiful.
Very nice.
Oh, that's right.
You got you're coming up on a station there, Alpha.
Have you been with me this whole time?
No, I'm watching you on the dispatch board.
Oh. You want to spot me?
If I go the right direction, if I fly the right direction.
It helps to go in the right direction.
Don't mind me, I'm just playing Train Simulator 2018 all on my own.
Actually,
I would be live streaming using that, but actually I don't know how well the live stream would do with that. I know
probably not very well.
I've changed a setting in my OBS that should hopefully make it record.
I'm gonna do a crossing sequence.
It should
Good
record
job.
better.
But, actually, I think a great name for this is Model Trains Barrier of Entry. Because that's what we've been talking about for most of this now.
Pretty much.
With some sidetracks.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, so, I think we can all conclude that the reason why children aren't getting as addicted, as interested. Yes, model trains is an addiction which one cannot break.
The only cure for the addiction is to go to the hobby shop as often as possible.
They just blow about $1,000 on just scenery and extra rolling stock and track.
Wait, no, you take like that foam ground cover and just sniff it.
Oh god. Don't encourage. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. I know I'm talking to a bunch of 5-year-olds, but please don't do that.
I swear. I am not
drugs,
responsible if you kids are gonna do that. I am not responsible, and neither are these two.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not responsible.
Yeah, we're not responsible if you actually do that.
Yeah, disclaimer, we do not do drugs, okay? Model railroad has nothing to do with drugs.
Yeah.
That being said, the reason why children aren't being sucked into...
And don't
no
drink
pun
mountain
intended.
beer. It's not really the beery beer of the year. So, I'm looking at the billboard. What's on the other side of the billboard?
Oh, what the
the
hell
exact
was
same
that?
thing.
What the hell was that?
What? On the water tank?
No, that was some sort of screeching sound.
I don't know.
Oh, that might have been me. Sorry. But, that being said, the reason why, and I think you two will agree to this, children aren't being, aren't hanging on to model trains is because of money. Especially with inflation.
Also, I will also possibly think with this generation is the more addictive video games and phones rather than physical model.
Yeah. And really we can chalk it up to two things. Phones and money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Despite the fact that phones are doing some really good things right now.
Alpha, you can slow down, by the way. The
No
station is
shit, I'm
right up
trying
here.
to. I'm trying to, but I'm gonna get this train into the station, and then I'm gonna continue what I was saying.
Yeah. Probably a good idea. Yeah, Alpha, you might have to do the parking brake. Might. Well, talk about coming in pretty quickly. I'll let you know when you're clear. You're at your last car's right at the platform.
Oh, well, if you're doing that, then I know exactly
car.
where to stop.
Yeah, 4 cars.
It says It says in Train Simulator I'm exceeding the speed limit. I'm in a 45-mile-an-hour zone doing 25.
And 1 car.
Dovetail, fix your shit.
And that's good.
Okay, now I'm in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. What the hell?
There you go. Hey, you actually got all the coaches on the platform, at least the doors of the platform.
That's good.
Well, the transition sleeper's really like the crew car.
Yeah. That I don't care about. But I think we can chalk the fact that children aren't getting into model railroads as much is money and phones.
Yeah.
And I think we can also add school to this as well. Schools don't, I want to say they don't teach, they don't encourage students to follow their hobbies as much as they used to.
Yeah, I can contest to that.
So can I. I mean, albeit one of my hobbies is photography, so that was handled quite nicely.
Yes.
That being said, though, my interest towards trains was also helped with my interest in photography. But not so much model trains. In fact, the only thing that has kept me going with model trains is the annual train show in West Springfield. That's really all that's been having me hung on to for the past God knows how long. So, if anything, the one thing I would recommend, and you guys might agree, is a decrease in prices for the model train stuff. Just a
Broadway
slight
Limited
one.
Imports, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less phone, or
That is
I
never,
would say no smartphone for kids, but I know that's not gonna.
that's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
That is
never.
never gonna happen.
I mean, if I have kids, my kids are not getting smartphones. That's the end of it.
I mean, I do know some people, especially teachers, who don't want their kids to have smartphones as long as possible, but eventually they're gonna come up with a reason that, oh, there's a more practical use for it. And that way they get around the fact that, oh, they're just gonna be they're just gonna be using their phones just for games and social media rather than calling and texting.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. So, I mean, The phone I'm talking to you guys on right now is my first smartphone with data that I ever have.
You're talking on a phone, not Discord
Nope.
in this live stream?
Discord on his
Yes.
phone.
Discord on my phone.
Okay. Okay.
That's the major difference right there. But Discord on your phone, if you are a gamer and you need an alternate means because your headset is foobar, or if you just want to chat to some friends, it's not a bad idea. However, if you're a child, let's say under 18, you don't need a smartphone. You really, really don't.
I disagree. In some ways, you kind of do need it for communication purposes. Otherwise, your parents are going to have to go off on an assumption. Like, what if you're an athlete?
Well, here's the thing. I said smartphones, not phones. Smartphones.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Children can have phones, but not smartphones.
Flip phones!
Yep.
Or, going even farther back in time, the brick.
The brick.
And for those of you who do not know what the brick is, here, let me find you a picture.
It's a phone.
You are too young to be watching this, first off.
Yeah. The brick.
Hey, fun story. So my first phone that I ever got was was not a flip phone, but it was not a smartphone either.
Neither was mine.
This here is
Mine was
the
an old
brick.
Verizon touchscreen phone. I do not know what make it is. I do not know what company it was, but the fact that it was touchscreen and not a mobile flip phone.
Oh, here's an even
Was good
older
enough.
brick phone. The one where it has a separate handset, and it's a big old box that you carry around next to you.
What?
If you look at the live stream
the box
now.
was the battery pack and the receiver.
Yeah.
It was
Rusty old
ridiculous. It
rail.
was basically a modern day sat phone.
Yeah.
Just
Rusty
with more
old
cables.
Rusty old rails just derailed my train.
There's another brick phone. A literal brick phone.
That's why they're called bricks, kids, because they were literally the
Yeah.
size of bricks. Just take a brick and put it next to
Okay,
your
I'm
ear.
putting
That's
this
what
in the
that's
staff
what this
chat.
phone was like.
It was
Like I
essentially
said-
like that in the staff chat.
Like I said, you are too young to be watching this if you don't know what a brick phone is until today.
Educate yourself.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's the one. That's another thing that I get triggered by is the fact that some people, some of the younger generations, they don't know shit about shit.
Well, here's a scary thought. I am the same age as Google, almost. Google is actually a little older than me by about 4 months, 5 months.
Hmm.
I did not know Google was a thing until 2004, 2005.
Okay.
So, that means that I am post-Google for the most part, because Google wasn't popular until around 2005-ish.
Hmm.
Or no, I'm pre-Google. Correction. Everyone born in 2000, around June, July, to 2003, thereabout, and more, don't know what life was like, barring my brother, because he was about the same age as me, and many more, who has never had a life without Google. Because everyone born after Google got popular, yes, Google got popular, that is a sentence, doesn't know a life without Google. Because Google is the #1 search engine for the internet.
Yep.
I feel old saying that.
Yeah, but how old are you?
I'm not going to say on the live stream. In fact, I'll PM it to you.
Okay.
Illuminati confirmed. Alpha is 900 years old.
Yes, I am 900 years old.
Google has been around since like 900 years ago.
Actually, of which... Hang on.
And by the way, yes, Alpha lives right next to the tracks. Somewhere.
That was a freight train that just passed by your house.
Yep.
Alpha.
There's a train going right by his house. Yeah, he probably just went outside to watch the train.
I went out like 2 feet because it's freezing outside.
Hmm.
So that being said,
I want to live. I want my house to be right next to railroad tracks. I really do.
everyone born after Thomas the Tank Engine was popular, and so many people were interested in trains when they were kids, doesn't know, basically around the same time frame, from 2000 and onwards, doesn't know that Thomas the Tank Engine is old.
It is.
Or as old as it is now.
Yeah, Thomas
Yes.
the Tank Engine is over 70 years old now.
Oh God!
Really?
Back when Reverend Wilbur Awdry wrote the books for his son.
The first ever time, wasn't that back in the 1950s?
That was about 70 years ago.
That is right. So, but the TV show, I mean,
Yeah.
which came
The TV show.
significantly later.
Yeah, that was
80s?
Oh, I was
No,
gonna say
early
90s.
90s.
Early 90s. So basically, at around the time I was born was when it got popular, and was popular until around 2004, 2005.
Okay, because that's when I
I will
started.
be honest, a lot of shit happened in between 04 and 05.
Alright, now, since we're talking about Thomas the Tank Engine, let me just do this.
What are you doing?
Let me just pull this up. What is everybody's thought on
What?
the new upcoming Thomas the Tank Engine? The Big World, Big Adventure.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
The movie?
Movie already came out, but season 21, I believe? Or
No,
22?
23.
Oh, 23.
Yeah, because I think 22 is already out with a couple
With
of episodes.
Thomas
I
the
still
Tank... No, it is 22,
Oh, 22? Oh,
I
okay.
believe. Yeah, 22.
Oh God.
With Chuggington physics.
Oh yes! Wait, no, they already did that.
They're
already
now
said-
doing Chuggington physics.
Oh my God.
And, get this, they removed Edward and Henry. Oh yeah, and I think as well Toby from the series.
Bullshit.
Retard.
Pretty much.
I I've never liked Chuggington,
Absolutely.
and I've never liked the newer versions of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Ever since they started doing animated versions, it's gone downhill.
That is true.
Yes.
I have also noticed that.
It was okay when they were doing just the faces as animated and the characters, like the people, but they still used model trains.
Yes.
They still kept it realistic.
Yeah.
More or less.
More or less.
More or less. Yes.
Yeah. They in the movie Big World and Big Adventures, they had Thomas, Gordon, James, Percy, and Emily from the original engines.
That's sad.
They've introduced 3 new engines from different countries just in that movie.
Actually,
they've introduced a lot more locomotives from around the world in the Great Race movie. Oh my God, there was engines from all around the world featured in that
I am going to
movie.
seriously date myself right now, but I still have the VHSs.
Me too.
Might have some somewhere.
Okay, let me go on. They started in the 12th season doing CGI.
Now,
that was with the faces being CGI added in.
Yes, because in 13...
actually...
Hero of the Rails came out.
I will be honest, the CGI faces were a lot better done than what they had done in the past. That was the only good change, though.
Yeah. In the 12th series...
that as well.
In this 12th series, or season, there were only 3 new engines added. Hank, Flora, and Colin, which Colin is a little wharf-side crane.
And Hank is an American steam engine that was only featured in 1 episode. He's actually not that much bigger than Hero.
Yeah.
The Japanese...
Hank is the crane.
No, Hank is an engine, a blue engine. A dark blue engine.
I don't remember Hank for some reason then.
Look him up.
Probably because it was a one-shot.
Look in the staff chat. There's a picture of Hank.
Yeah, I don't remember him at all. Probably because it was a one-shot.
Then, in 2009...
it was only in 1 episode.
Hero of the Rails was the first time that they introduced full CGI.
CGI. Hero of the Rails. And that's also when they introduced Hero.
They introduced Hero in that.
Which, is he a Japanese type kind of steam engine or a Chinese? Japanese.
I don't know. I think he is Japanese.
Look it up. I've never been able to get the differentiation.
I'm on the wiki right now.
Okie dokie.
Japanese.
He is Japanese. Okay.
Old Japanese engine, according to the wiki.
So, judging by the 2 engines, I have a picture of it right now. Nia and Rebecca. So I think they're both female characters.
Oh,
yeah. They are removing some of the male characters and introducing female characters to bring it gender neutral.
Thomas the Tank Engine's gonna get
oh God.
Guys?
What?
Hero, which I spelled incorrectly, which is on me, is a JNR Class D51, and it is a 282. Which, if I recall, is a...
That is also Frank.
And then further on, there's Misty Island
Rescue.
What is a 282? 282.
Misty Island Rescue, I only liked because the introduction of Ferdinand, a 3-truck climax.
Class 3, Class C climax.
A 3-truck climax.
Oh,
yeah.
3-truck Class C.
It was a 3-truck climax, as far as I know. For Class C, I don't care about that.
Hero is a Berkshire.
No, he's not.
U.S. terms.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. In U.S. terms, then yes.
Yeah.
Hey, there was also another American locomotive that I wish I flipping saw an actual animated episode with him involved, but there was only ever the introduction to him. He was never fully sort of introduced into an episode. So Rebecca is
my god.
British 462 tender engine based off of the Southern Railway West County Class A.
Oh yeah, then King of the Railway movie, they introduced Connor and Caitlin, which I believe Connor is actually the New York Central Hudson, Streamlined Hudson.
But isn't Caitlin
the proper
also...
Hudson?
Oh, the proper Hudson.
Proper Hudson. Okay. And then there's Caitlin, which
Caitlin's
it doesn't say anything else about them. Just their color and that they're streamlined.
Yeah. Oh, so another thing I should probably mention. Okay. Do you know that?
Oh
by
yeah. Then there's Porter in the 17th season.
Connor, Emily, and Caitlin were names of characters in Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine has been around in my family for a fair few years now.
Caitlin is a Baltimore and Ohio P-7A 462.
Alright, then Connor is the streamlined Hudson, correct?
Yeah.
I believe so.
New York Central. I believe that would be the Dreyfus Hudson, I believe.
No wonder.
Anyways.
Okay, so the character...
NYC J3A Hudson.
Yep.
That is Connor.
So, Nia, another character in the Big World, Big Adventures movie, is from Kenya. And is it's a standard, it's a standard gauge tank engine. It's a 262.
Okay, I will be honest. I do not like the look of Connor. I do not like the look of Caitlin. They look way out of place.
Yeah. Alright, guys. That's all for me.
Okay.
I got my Friday 19 group, which is Super Bowl themed. Because of the Super Bowl this weekend.
Oh, also the
I don't watch
16th
myself,
season.
But
In the 16th season, they came out with an engine called Porter, which is a Porter tank engine from America.
I remember that, actually. Surprisingly, that's one of them I remember.
Who works at the docks alongside
an
Salty and Cranky.
Dockside Diesel. Alright, bye guys.
See ya.
See ya.
I like how we complain that where, like, after Thomas the Tank Engine was a thing, and now we're talking about Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. In a movie, or a special, Soder's Legend of the Lost Treasure, they brought back the construction crew. From
I remember that,
the early
actually.
days.
That was a good movie.
Except they had Jack in it in the series a while ago. As CGI. Then Hugo comes out in the 20th season, along with Jeremy again. Jeremy the Jet comes back.
Oh my god, Wikipedia has a massive list.
Then the Great Race, all those engines. Shane. Shane is an American engine. No, Australian engine. What the? Really?
Spell it.
S-H-A-N-E.
S-H-A-N-E. Steam or diesel?
Steam. But it looks like a Reading T1. Now, on the other hand, there's Vinny, which is a Canadian engine. Yet they do not have a single engine from America in that movie, the Great Race movie. They had an Indian engine, Canadian, Belgian, Australian, Chinese, Italian, French, another Indian engine, German, Brazilian, Russian,
Actually, if
and
you
Mexican.
Consider something, Australia does use American locomotives.
Pretty much nowadays.
Yeah. Also, back when they were starting out with trains as well, back when they were doing steam, they used old
Same with
steam
Mexico,
locomotives.
which uses more American-looking engines. Same with Canada, which is a little more American-looking as well.
Yep.
But none of these engines is truly American.
Unless they were American built.
Unless they are American built. Oh, season 21. They completely changed the intro,
Oh god, I hated that so much.
and then Journey Beyond Sodor movie came out. That's the one with the experimental engines,
Oh yes.
which includes a cab forward. A 440 cab forward. The name was Lexi.
A 440.
It was the prototype cab forward locomotive. And then that's all about that. And that's when the 21st season, I believe, yeah, all vehicles have the ability to move their bodies. So now, they are no longer fully realistic, as in body movement. Then, Big World, Big Adventures, the movie. Everything changes. But, they do have the Grand Canyon engine is just the name of it, and it's an American mining engine that's in the movie. Somewhere.
Lexi is a boisterous cab-forward engine.
Yep. And then, 22nd season. Major reboot of everything. Chuggington physics.
Yep. Raise your hand if you like Chuggington physics.
Well, nobody can...
I assume
nobody...
no one has raised their hand to that.
Exactly.
Good. Good. You don't like Chuggington physics. If you do, out. That's all I really have to say. Is out. Because Chuggington physics is part of the reason why I don't like Chuggington.
Yeah. I do not like Chuggington, and now, unfortunately, I do not like Thomas the Tank Engine beyond, like, the 21st season. 21st season, they were still pretty realistic looking. Ish. Okay.
I'm okay with...
Up till 2016, I'm good with them. After 2016, when they started being able to move their bodies and all that and become Chuggington, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe now Mattel owns Thomas the Tank Engine. Doesn't Mattel also own Chuggington?
Let me check. Created by Wilbert Audrey and Christopher Audrey. that this is just the Wikipedia page. Oh, Thomas and Friends. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Created by Britt Allicroft. Written by a list of people. Original country, UK. Number of series, 21. 22.
22 is now out. And it will begin airing sometime this year.
Yeah. Original network was Channel 5, which is from 2005 to the present. Nickelodeon Junior from 2017 and present. Nickelodeon 17 and present. Spacetoon, Arab World, 2016 to present. PBS Kids, 89 to 97 and 04 to 17. Let's go to their website.
Let's look at Chuggington real quick. Owned by unknown. I don't see.
Ghislaine owns it. Still.
Ghislaine still owns Thomas?
Yes.
Wait, they own the rights to the books, is what Ghislaine owns. Hit Entertainment then owned Thomas the Tank Engine.
Activities.
See.
About. Let's go to the About page.
Chuggington.
Why does this website not like scroll bars? Here's a question for Google. Who owns Thomas and Friends?
The computer animations for Chuggington is made using Autodesk Maya. Isn't that the same thing that Jonah's using for Run 8 stuff?
Wait, what?
Autodesk Maya.
Yep. But
That's...
in September 2010, Apex was preparing to sell off Hit Entertainment, capital H-I, capital T,
Yeah.
and its franchises, including Thomas, regarding as the single most valuable asset in order to clear Hit's debts. And in 2012, sold the company, along with Thomas Properties, to U.S. toy giant Mattel.
Exactly. Now let's take a look here. Apparently BBC is the distributor of Chuggington, which a lot of the characters in Chuggington are American engines. Meaning, actually just whatever the red one is, pretty much.
That's interesting. That means that Chuggington is not owned by Mattel.
Okay, there's Wilson, apparently, EMDF unit. Brewster's
Yeah.
a BR Deltic. Coco is modeled on the bullet train. There's other engines.
Yeah.
Galloping Goose, rail car.
Chuggington is not owned by Mattel.
Really?
No, they are not. Which means Mattel owns the only, or one of the two, major
So, Chuggington.
children's train shows.
So, Chuggington, there is Wilson, that's an American. There is Hodge, which is an American, resembling a galloping goose. There is
God.
Old Puffer Pete, which is like a cross between UP-119 and DNRG Class 62. There is Harrison, which is based off of the M10003, which is UP. There's Dunbar, which is modeled after the GP38. That's 5 so far. Then there's Chatsworth, which is based off of the Shark, Baldwin Shark. There is Frostini, which is based off of the Pioneer Zephyr. And that's it. So there are 7. Wait, hang on. There's Speedy McAllister, which is based off of the Commodore Vanderbilt. There's Skylar, which is based off of the Green Goat, the GG.
Wilson, which is an F7.
Yeah, I'm
or
doing all
F9.
this stuff. Then there's Series 4. There's Zach, which is based off of the Dash 9.
I like how on the Wikipedia, Coco is an electric engine modeled on the bullet train.
Yeah, Shinkansen. So far, there are 10 of the locomotives from Chuggington that are American. So, yeah.
I like how Hoot is red-green colorblind.
Okay. Yeah. Hoot and toot. Yeah.
So, that means that most of the locomotives
Are American.
Chuggington are American-based.
And it is sold to broadcasters including BBC, ABC in Australia, TF1 France, Disney Junior in US, and Super RTL in Germany.
Yep.
But it doesn't say who currently owns it.
Did you mention Speedy McAllister?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. Wilson, Hodge, Old Puffer Pete, Harrison, Dunbar, let's see, Chatsworth, Frostini, Speedy McAllister, Skylar, and Zach.
Hanzo is the one that's more based on the Shinkansen, the E7 specifically.
So, we've been actually live for about 2 hours.
Yeah. We should end this soon.
Probably a good idea. Where are you at?
Is based off of any bullet train you can think of. So I'm going to think of the LIRR's locomotives. You should know what those look like.
Yeah.
They look disgusting.
So anyways, folks, thank you guys for watching this live stream, this episode of Crew Talk, where I have now changed the name of this episode to Model Trains, a Barrier of Entry with Sidetracks. So anyways, guys, we'll see you guys in the next episode of Crew Talk, which will be airing next Friday, which is Friday the 9th of February at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, I can do that then.
Yeah, I'm setting it up as that time every week.
Yeah, I can do that.
Have it as consistent as possible. That way our viewers actually kind of know when we're actually going to be live.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I got dinner to make. I went grocery shopping today.
I've got a train to run.
Yes, he does. So anyways, folks, thank you guys for watching this episode of Crew Talk. We'll see you guys next time.
That's been BNSF 1571.
And that has been Admiral Meep Gaming.
Or just Admiral Meep.
Or just Admiral Meep, or Alpha. And we'll see you. Yeah. So I'll see you guys.
See you next time.